A very good morning and welcome back to another daily market outlook. My name is Fabio and thank you so much for tuning in to this video in which we analyze EURUSD, AUDUSD, GBPUSD, the other major dollar pairs, and of course gold. So we're going to be checking out what is going on. From today onwards, I will be trading once again. So this is my first trading day of the new year. So once again, for everybody who is new to the channel, a very happy new year to you. My name is Fabio. If you ever have any questions trading related, make sure to join the Discord link in the description of this video. I am there to help as always. Just make sure to tag myself or one of the team members. By the way, guys, this week we're also going to be announcing inside Discord the new live sessions, so make sure to check out the announcements channel. Now, without further ado, let's just dive into EURUSD. And as you can see, I have made my charts nice and naked for you. So we're just going to analyze it all, again, on this beautiful naked chart. So what we can see here is that EURUSD is still extremely bearish, right? The overall momentum swing wise is definitely in towards the downside. Now, for everybody who watches me for a longer time, you know that I look at two types of structure. We have both the swing and we have both the fractal structure. So based on the swing structure, we are bearish. Now I want to see if the fractal structure aligns with that overall swing bias. So the fractal structure is very simply said the structure of the individual candlesticks, and what we can see is that is indeed also bearish. This here is my fractal high, this here is my fractal low, and the market is now retracing in towards that 0.5 fib retracement level. Now this is interesting because we have a daily area of supply there inside of these two wicks first of all, and then next to that we also have a higher area of supply over here, which has already been touched into by the supply zone that I just drew in. Now, it doesn't really matter because we could still just tap in towards that higher area of supply. Do keep that in mind, but I am looking for a short from either one of those zones. So waiting for the market to reach that level, then what I'll do is I'll go in towards the 4-hour time frame and see if the structure aligns. So what I see here on the 4-hour time frame is that yes, on the 4-hour time frame we are also swing bearish. We can very clearly see here that we had the break of structure in towards the downside, right? So this is your break of structure. This is your swing high, this is your swing low. We've now made a sizable retracement and we're now looking for the downside continuation. Now, what do we need for a further downside continuation? Well, we need the 4-hour fractal structure to be bearish as well. So this here is my 4-hour fractal high, this here is my 4-hour fractal low, and we're now retracing in towards this buy before the sell area of supply. So what I'll be doing is I'll be waiting for the market to reach into it, then see if we can get that bearish change of character, and then I'll be interested in a potential short. However, there's one thing, there is no liquidity in this overall push down, so I would not be surprised if we take out that high first, use that as liquidity, then wait for the 4-hour change of character, and then take a potential short. That is my preferred setup over here. I would preferably want to see this high get taken out first before getting into a short, instead of shorting from this area of supply. But obviously today is a waiting game, as I need the EURUSD to push up a little bit higher before getting into any potential shorts. But as you can see, I am waiting for a short from either this area of supply over here, this area of supply over here. So either that zone or this zone should provide us with a profitable entry point. However, the zone up above over here with the liquidity high right below it is obviously going to be, let's say, the 70% win rate zone, and this over here is going to be, let's say, the 50% win rate zone if it provides us with a bearish change of character. So that's what I'm waiting for on EURUSD. Now going into AUDUSD, what are we seeing over there? Let's start on the daily, and as you can see, again, we have a naked chart. Now, the overall momentum on AU is still bearish in towards the lows. As we can see, there is no sign of a full-blown reversal. Then if we understand, okay, the swing structure is bearish, let's have a look at the fractal structure. So the fractal structure is at this point in time bearish as well, with this over here being your fractal high, this over here being your fractal low. As we can see, we've already made a pretty sizable retracement in towards the premium. So it should, if it really wants to push down lower, it should push down lower. Now what we need for that 4-hour fractal, or what we need for, let's say, the market to push down lower, is something called a 4-hour fractal shift, like I just mentioned. So at this point in time, this is your area of demand. As you can see with this candlestick over here, as soon as it closes above this high, you see that the market retraces in towards the overall sell for the buy up over here with this wick. And then from there, it starts pushing up again. So this to me means that we are now seeing that demand is in control, right? The overall demand zone over here is in control. So it therefore does not make any sense to myself to start selling. What we need for any potential sells is we need the 4-hour fractal structure to break. So this over here is your 4-hour fractal low, this low over here with the arrow. So what I want to see the market do is I want to see it push down, retrace, and then I want to get into a potential short. Because otherwise what you will see is that this demand zone will just remain in control and that the market will just react as it has already done and then continue up higher, break this fractal high. This then becomes your new demand zone, tap in towards there and then just continue up higher and take out the liquidity, for example, above this thing over here, which is kind of like a trendline liquidity, okay? So let's stay a little bit safe on AU, and that is personally what I'm waiting for. Shorts are not yet ready. Longs are also not interesting because I'm not trying to call the bottom. As we can see, the overall momentum is just bearish. So yeah, people also thought it was smart to buy here or to buy here. We're not going to do that. We're just going to wait because it could just do this, boom. Or it just could continue down lower. But if it really wants to continue down lower, it should give us that bearish momentum, break the 4-hour fractal low, and then we get into a short. Okay, as simple as that. So let's wait for that to happen. And yeah, for now, it's just a waiting game on AU as well. Going into GBPUSD, what are we seeing from GBPUSD? Well, GBPUSD is extremely bearish. As we can see at this point in time, the daily is still swing bearish. Now, the daily is also fractal bearish because this over here is your daily fractal high and this over here is your daily fractal low. So we're only interested in shorts at this point in time because both the swing structure and the fractal structure are bearish. Now, this over here is your area of supply pretty much, and what I'm just waiting for is GU to push up slightly higher, and then we'll look for those potential shorts. Going towards the 4-hour time frame, and what do we see? Well, we see that we have a very, very clear area of supply over here. Now, most traders would be happy to trade this and just, let's say, place a sell limit here on top, stop loss above the highs, and they would see that this is the 618, right? If you now join the fib and let's just do this, you see, aha, the 618 aligns beautifully with that area of supply. Now, for myself, this is a very low probability setup due to the fact that there is no liquidity in the overall push down. So what you want to see most of the times is that when you get a push down, that there are little bumps in the road, because above those little bumps in the road, that is where liquidity lies. So what you preferably want to see now happen is either we tap in towards that supply zone and see a strong reaction and then maybe come back up, liquidate the initial high, and then we start seeing bearish order flow, or we need to see that high get taken out itself, like as I showed on EURUSD, and then we get kind of like, okay, change of character, and then we form a new area of supply, and then we get into a potential short, okay? So that's what I'm waiting for on GBPUSD. Very simple, nothing else, nothing else than that. For the rest, we can see that we tapped into a daily demand zone, and that is what is currently causing us to reverse. But as you guys know, when it comes to demand zones in a downtrend, we obviously just expect these to act as reaction points, not as like full-blown reversals, until we see what? Well, until we see a daily change of character. So once this high over here breaks on the daily, that could imply that we're ready to maybe push up higher, grab liquidity above this, and then really push in towards this area of supply and use that highest liquidity. So then maybe once again look for shorts, okay? So that's what I'm looking at on GBPUSD. Next, we have NZDUSD, and then last of all, of course, gold. So NZDUSD here is also just bearish. What we have over here is the daily fractal high. This is the daily fractal low. So obviously, we're now trading inside premium. So premium is just everything above the 0.5 fib. So it's very obvious that we're looking for a further short. We can see that we're also inside of this supply zone. So shorts are the only thing that makes sense. Also because the daily swing is also bearish as well. Momentum is down, so it doesn't make sense to just start buying over here. So looking at this, interested mostly in a short, but we need to see it be provided, right? So what we have here on the 4-hour time frame is a little bit ugly in the sense that here we had 4-hour fractal break. Then this over here became your 4-hour fractal high. Now you can see, very simply said, that what actually happened was a push down, a retracement, push down. Here we broke the low, and now push up again, push down, push up again. So we're actually now bullish here on the 4-hour fractal structure, making it invalid for myself to look for any potential shorts. This is currently the demand zone that is in control, and as long as that low holds, we should continue up higher based on the 4-hour. So preferably what I would want to see is maybe one more push up again. Then this over here becomes your 4-hour fractal low that breaks this high. and then we could look for a short like that, because otherwise what will just happen is that we'll just continue with the overall order flow up higher and no shorts will ever be presented. Okay, as simple as that. All we need is the 4-hour fractal, 4-hour swing, daily fractal, daily swing to align in order to look for a perfect and beautiful setup. So that's what I'm waiting for on NZDUSD. And then last of all, what do we have? We have gold. So what is happening to gold, guys? Gold is now selling off once again. If you watched last week's video, you know why we are selling off. You can very clearly see that we grabbed liquidity above that high of mine over here. So we grab the liquidity and then we start selling off. What does this mean? It means that we are just being provided with a retracement in towards this overall this overall daily buy or sell before the buy. So as we can see over here, this demand zone is currently in control. So we would expect it to just push up higher once again until this low over here breaks. So let's see, maybe we'll see another push up. For myself, with the daily fractal being bullish, it doesn't make sense to look for shorts. Also, the 4-hour swing here seems bullish as well. So what I'll be looking for is potential longs. What I would prefer to see is something like this and then get a long in again in towards this high. Yeah, there's nothing really here that I like at this point in time. This is the supply that is in control, and as long as that supply holds, the market should continue down lower. So it doesn't make sense to look for gold longs yet until this high over here were to break. So as simple as that, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I wish you all a fantastic trading day, and as always, if you have any questions, make sure to join Discord. I am there to help. Thanks.